Hi Stampers, welcome to Watch It Weekly Wednesday. I'm going to show you how to do an Eclipse card. They are the rage right now. I'm going to show you how the idea is put together first so you can kind of get how it looks. Here's one done by Sam Slomik, and it's the fall using with the alphabet. These are amazing, the large letter framelits. I don't know what I'd do without these. I use them so much for home decor projects, but also cards, and this is one that you'll use them all the time for your Eclipse cards. And if you notice, it's got the little eclipse of the darker color underneath. So there's the fall one. Here's one I did, and it's Joy. And instead of using cardstock, I used the glimmer paper, just the red, to give it that little pop of color. Now, here's one that is Peace, and it's just a plain card. You'll notice that not very much stamping is done around the actual letters. And let me show you why, because I did one that I was thinking, oh, I'm going to do this real fancy one, but it's hard to see the letters. And here's their Noel, and if you notice, it's very dark, and there's too much going on between the letter and the background. So I took that same stamp set and did this one right here. Just a lot less going on. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to use, and this stamp set that I'm using right now is Seasoned Like Christmas. And I'm going to use this stamp, which actually, if you look at the stamps, this is the middle stamp right here. This one you would use for the lighter color, you would use the darker color on this. But I'm just going to use one color, and then I'm going to use my Wink of Stella pen to like aqua paint the whole tree. Because it's Noel, so it's the 4 letters, I'm going to make about 4 trees taller. Have different ones, different heights. That's what looks kind of cool. Is we're kind of making a forest of trees. Okay, so there's our trees. Now I'm going to take the Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to take this and pull the color out from the stamping, and then it's got a shimmer to it. So you can use your Wink of Stella pen and use it to pull the color out of your stamping, especially one that you've just actually stamped recently. And if you want more color than it's actually showing, you can go ahead and use your stamp pad and pull it up, pulling up the color in on your stamp pad. Okay, so then we've got some light winter trees here, and you would let those dry. Okay, so you can notice there's a bit of shimmer on that. I don't know if you can see it from the camera. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through the Big Shot first. Because I'm using a textured embossing folder, the Softly Falling, because I want to have little snow coming down on the trees. So I'm going to put that in and just run that through to give it some texture. Okay, we're going to put that in between. Make our sandwich, run it through to give it the texture. You want to do the texture first before you cut out your letters. So your stamping's all done, the texture's all done. Now you will go ahead and do your letters. The way that I usually do this, I'm just going to put them on here, just like this. And then when I get them on the Big Shot, you can either use washi tape to tape it down so you can get it exactly where you want. I kind of eyeball it, and at first you notice where the tree is. Okay, and we've got to put our extra plate in here for our thin die adapter. I'm going to pick this up, check it again see if it's in the right spot that I want it in, and then I'm going to run that through the Big Shot. Now I am using, my cardstock that I'm using is actually, and I'm just going to go through that once. It's the Whisper White, and it's the thick Whisper White. The reason why I want the thick Whisper White, it's going to hold the body of the letters better. Okay, you're going to want to keep the center section of the O out. So we're going to take all these out, punch them out with your fingers, set those aside. Now when I'm doing the adhesive for this, I like to use the Fast Fuse adhesive because it really holds down the cardstock when you're actually adhering it down. So go ahead and put out the pieces. Okay, so we've got that. Now, this will be the background for that, and this is the Night of Navy. And I'll tell you the actual sizes of everything. The thick whisper white, that's this piece right here, is 5 1/4 by 4. The Night of Navy is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And the big piece of Marina Mist is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. So we're just going to go ahead and fold that because that will be our card. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put this right on our actual piece of cardstock, so it's already on there. And we're just using a very little bit of the Night of Navy to show. It's not, we don't want it to be too much of an accent because it's just, because of the eclipse, it's just a wee bit of color that's showing of the Night of Navy. We've got that down. Now that we have that part put together, we're going to go ahead and use the fast fuse to put this part down. And you'll want to make sure that you get in between the letters so it actually sticks down in between the letters. I know it's kind of a pain to get in those smaller spots, but you'll want them to stick down because they'll look better if they stay down on your card. So I'm just touching just little spots and just making a little check mark of the adhesive back and forth each way. Same thing with the E right here, those little pieces. Okay, so we've got the adhesive there on there. Now you'll just try to want to center this on your Night of Navy so you've got that little edge all the way around. Okay, now I'm going to show you, take the O and put it in. But first thing you have to do is you put the O right like that. In the center section, you're going to put the adhesive on it because that actually stays down. So I'm going to stick that in the center like that, rub it down, and then pull this part out. Okay, now we're going to put these adhesive strips on there, the foam adhesive strips. And I'm going to go ahead, and I've already done these already. And if you notice, on the back you use one long strip and then you use some smaller ones. So we're going to do the same thing with the O. I'm going to go ahead and grab one, and I just kind of did like 2-inch strips. And they're a little bit easier when they're already pre-cut. Okay, so you kind of curve this around a little bit, and then I'm going to cut it at a diagonal. And you've got more of your adhesive on. The same thing with another one. These are really sticky, and they actually punch up higher than your dimensionals. That's why you use these adhesive strips, because they are higher than your dimensionals, so they give you more height on your Eclipse card. Adhere these by peeling off the back. These also work great for sacred cards, these foam adhesive strips. I just put little ones in the corner just to pop that up, that little spot up still. Okay, and then the L. Okay, we've got our Noel, and it has all the little wink of Stella on it. You can see how sparkly that is. And then I'm going to use this tinsel trim that's in the holiday catalog. It works great to give you that sparkle on your card. Pull this a little bit this way and just do the knot here in the corner area. Add some sparkle, which I love. Okay, there you go. We've got our Noel card, and that's how you do the Eclipse card. Hope you've enjoyed watching this video about how to make an Eclipse card, and we'll see you next time. Happy stamping!